Oh, hey, hey, hey. What's good? What's good, everybody? Thank you so much for joining the Team Libra show. Let's get this started. Oh, thank you so much for joining the Team Libra show. So I just wanted to come in because I just saw where Greg Landfair Sr., Reshona Landfair's father, has passed away. Now, I was just looking on another document. Someone had just said rest in peace to Greg Landfair, but they was just with him. Give me a second. No, not that one. Uh, they said they was just with him on. Let me see, what was this? Yeah, she said she was just with him and he passed away. So I wonder, did he pass of natural causes or? Yeah, here it is. This picture was taken on my birthday. Somebody had gave him a shout out, rest in peace, 14 hours ago, June 25th. So on June 25th, Reshona Landfair dad was playing the guitar. So I wonder what happened. Hey everybody, thank y'all for joining in. This will be, pretty straight to the point. I mean, I know that the trial is coming up. I don't know, someone was pregnant during the trial, so I don't know if that's Reshona Landfair or one of the other alleged victims, but that was going to be testifying. But that was just like shocked me that Greg Landfair Sr. passed away. May he I send my condolences out to the family and to everyone that's affected by that. But I was just wondering, do anybody know how he passed away? Because they said I just saw this picture was taken at my birthday party, June 25th. Can't believe I'm typing this right now. You know what I'm saying, honey?
Right.
They said this picture, look, this picture was taken on my birthday party, June 25th. Can't believe I'm typing this right now, but rest in power, Greg Landfair. You will surely be missed. Please pray for his family. And so people were saying this is unbelievable, as if he wasn't due to be dying. Did that seem like that or no?
Like yeah, but I'm saying like unbelievable. Like he was just full of energy, full
And
of
he
life.
was typing. I mean, he
Yeah,
was playing
playing
the
the guitar,
guitar.
still doing
Yeah,
his passion, his love.
yeah, yeah.
So, whatever.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Yeah, I'm just trying to see. I'm just like, okay, he on the 25th, like you said, he's nice and healthy. He's playing the guitar. Somebody said, I can't even believe I'm typing this. So that was about 3 weeks ago. And so now he's passed away. I don't know what he do in his personal life, or if there was any illnesses or sicknesses, or chronic sicknesses or illnesses, or if there was any drug activity, you know what I'm saying, that could have caused this. But it just seems strange that he passed away at the same time as the trial is moving forward. And then one of the things that they were saying was that they didn't want any issues with one of the people that was coming to testify because they was pregnant. They was going to be having their baby in August. Hi, Queen Keish. Thank you so much for tuning, for giving this information here, your opinion. You said you were thinking maybe natural causes, but hope it's not foul play. My point exactly. So basically, you just took the words right out of my mouth because it's just like a yin yang thing. It's a double sided coin. Hopefully, he did die of natural causes, and hopefully that there wasn't any foul play. That's exactly what I was feeling. I was like, let me get in here real quick because I do know that Reshona Landfair, her aunt Sparkle, had talked about the family, or the family had possibly knew something of the girl, the alleged victim Reshona Landfair, possibly being abused, sexually abused by R. Kelly as a minor. Oh, hey, the truth. How's it going? You said I just heard. How awful. Yeah, that's crazy. I mean, to me, it just like it was awful. And I was like, wait a minute, that's just weird how her name was just coming up, even, in the motions or whatever. Well, I believe it was her. They didn't just say her name, but just based off of what the information is out there, it looked like that was her. And I did hear that Rashona Landfair was pregnant, so it's probably her. But they were saying that she's going to testify, but they didn't want this conflicting. So then that was fine. And then, she's going to be having a baby. So I don't know if, like I said, Greg Landfair was, projected to be passing away due to an illness. Hey, Granny, is Oka forever? Who else on here? TY roll with Okav. How y'all doing? Okay, so the Landfairs live in Chicago, and Rashona had her baby already. Okay, so that's great. So is she? I wonder if she the person that they were saying is going to be due coming up in August. If it's not Rashona, then it must be someone else. But either way, I did hear before that Rashona was gonna the person that was, if it is Rashona Landfair, like people are alleging, and this whole video is all alleged. It's just based off of information that's out there, me giving my opinion. Hey, Indigo Forever. But oh man, I forgot my thought. But anyways, yeah, this is just like, I mean, I'm looking on here, and like I said, it says this picture was taken at my birthday party, June 25th. Can't believe I'm typing this. If somebody that sick, how he on here, literally playing the guitar and everything. And this was like 14 hours ago, and I only see three people on here talking too. But then I have another girl on here. She said she broken heart. There's 200 and some people, and 9 people shared this. But she said she is her dear tonight, dear Lord, and all that's hurtful nights to follow as she endures those hours. Or she said, Father God, make his band family strong and financial pieces together so his wife know that we have not left her and will not leave her. So they're saying that they want his wife to know that they will forever support her and everything. Missy Okov Gangster, you said no conspiracy theory surrounding this man's death. Yeah, it's not really a conspiracy theory, but at the same time, I do know that um, he's played a strong part, and R. Kelly has played a major role in his life, as well as he's played a major role in R. Kelly's life. It looks like he may have possibly given his daughter over. Oh no, sorry. Okay, guys, I'm back. So yeah, so basically, yeah, it's no conspiracy theory, but definitely, that people are going to definitely have their digs at this conversation because it's just real weird that the first time that they said he paid off the family, and then R. Kelly paid off the Landfair family. This is all alleged based off of prior other research and information that's put out there. Um, so that R. Kelly possibly paid them or sent them over to some islands or somewhere out the country. And then he basically, they were saying that's a part of this whole thing where he basically sabotaged the other trial or whatever. And this is the reason why he can't get out of jail because they feel like he's going to be able to make bigger moves than he can make on the inside. And see, this is why, you can't really play with these gangsters because R. Kelly, like I said, he is a gangster, and to what extent, he is I think he's an underboss. I mean, I think he's high in the hierarchy, and he can definitely have things done. And I think that, not to say that he did have something done, but I'm just saying he could. And this is one of the reasons why it's important, in my opinion, for the judge and the prosecutors and everybody keeping behind bars, because it may possibly be some catastrophes. Would you agree with that, honey?
Yeah, definitely.
It's going out again. Hang on, guys. I'm gonna have to go get on my computer. Add to stream. Okay. Are you guys still here? I'm sorry about that. I don't know. Okay, tell me if you guys can hear me again. I had to get off of my cell phone. What you? That's you being disgusting. Yeah. Hello. Can you guys hear me? 213. Oh wait, I think I got sound. Oh wait, can you listen on there and see if you can hear me, please? Okay. So yeah, so basically, anyways, I'm gonna just keep talking. But sorry about that, guys. That couple minute interruption. That was my cell phone. So I had to get on my desktop. But yeah, it was just really weird because. Okay, great. Thanks, Indigo. So yeah, it was really weird. Let me see here. Let me see if I can. No, I'm not even gonna do that. But yeah. Then so people were shouting him out or whatever and saying rest in peace, but people are saying like it's unbelievable, so it doesn't look like he was projected to be dying of an illness or anything, but I don't know. But it was just, kind of strange that the girl is going to be cooperating, and if the girl cooperating, then the parents will have to have something to do with it because this stuff happened when the girl was a minor. So any other information, whether they gave him up, because they felt like they said, if you're a crime boss, whether that's a crime boss, whether you the Mr. Biggs, like the boss, or the underboss, which I'm believing R. Kelly is the underboss, you have soldiers that can execute different things that you want to see the things that you want to see. Oh, okay, yeah, you're right. Thank you, Queen Keish. Geronda Pace is pregnant. I did see on her Instagram that she is pregnant. So she's probably going to be um testifying. Well, he know that she probably gonna testify against him. And so, like they said, some of these people can get immunity or amnesty by giving up the big dog or the boss, and that's what normally happens in situations like this, according to Vinny from Court TV that was interviewing the attorneys on the R. Kelly case over the last couple of years. Um, Oh yeah, Missy, you're right. You said that couldn't travel because of her pregnancy. Well, I don't know if they said that. Yeah, they was hoping that it wouldn't be like a conflict or that she can get there due to her either being pregnant or having a baby in August. And so to me, I don't know about that because that's probably would be difficult. Because even if you're 9 months pregnant, it's difficult to travel. Yet alone, if you had a baby that's under 6 weeks, it's going to be difficult to do anything with like a fresh newborn baby. But when I heard about Greg Landfair, and I like I said, I immediately just went to the internet to see what I could find, and it had just struck me as odd because they were like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I'm right. Oh my God, that he up there playing the guitar just a couple weeks ago, looking like he was just doing really good. So it don't look like he was, facing a terminal illness that was catching up with him. So I'm just wondering what happened. Um, so when you have, like I said, the power like R. Kelly have, and that's why everybody's scared. Even with the sequestered jury, even Vinny from Court TV said, I could see why they having a sequestered jury. They go on blowing people's cars up. They're threatening to blow up people in the studio. They're just like lawless. Like they're just basically, this is mafia type shit. It's like kill or be killed, in my opinion. So if R. Kelly is in the mafia and he's an underboss, then he has hang on. Because I think he can because I don't think that he's a boss, but he could be a boss, but I don't know. But the last time that Isley and him was talking about it, he was the underboss. So give me a second, let me share this because this will probably make a little more sense if I could. Okay, so let me go back to stream. Okay, so yeah, so everyone is knowing, even if you watch all of this stuff. I mean, Tasha K has reported
and asked his brother, was he connected to the gangs? And even his brother, Kerry Kelly, confirmed that yes, he's associated with the gangs, and he had possibly put a hit, allegedly put a hit out on his own brother. But when you look up the mafia and you look up, see if we can get to the hierarchy of this ordeal. Here. So this is the structure, if you guys can see the structure, because this is what make sense to me. So when you see this little thing right here that says, you see where it says boss, the consigliere, um, the boss. The consigliere was like above a boss or whatever, but they said that that caused a lot of problems, like in the hood and within the gangs and the mob and stuff. But you have the boss, and that's where the boss is. Um, So you have the boss, which Isley said he was the boss. Ron Isley, he said he was the boss. And then it says that the next one is the underboss right here. And this is what he told R. Kelly, you the second in command. So according to this chart here, R. Kelly will be the underboss. And so what does this have to do anything? So the boss, and the definition of the boss is here. He is actually the head of the family, usually reigning as a dictator, sometimes called the Don or the Godfather. And if you guys remember in those mafia type deals, those Contagious and Down Low, when they was playing mafia figures, and if you remember, it was at first it was Ron Isley taking control and dictating who R. Kelly was and what he was to be, and then eventually he let R. Kelly go and be a man in his own right. I guess he quit fighting him, but he was the dictator. And even when he had went to beat R. Kelly up in the video and kill him, he said it was me. He wanted to know if anything ever happened to you, because it was that you went against this operation. But anyway, the boss is the head of the family, usually reigning as a dictator, sometimes called the Don or Godfather. The boss receives a cut of every operation. Operations are taken on by every member of the family and the regions occupying the family. So he gives orders to different people in the chain of command here. So now he's the boss. Now the underboss, I believe R. Kelly is the underboss, but the underboss, they usually is appointed by the boss. They're the second in command of the family. The underboss also. Oh, let's go show you here. When I keep telling you, I think that hold on. Fine. No, hang on real quick. Okay. Oh, hold on. Let me just get back. Sorry about that. Hang on. I'm gonna go to East. Oops. Oh shoot. Okay. So, anyways, let me get back because I got to click it on here. Okay. So the turn it. Hang on. Okay. Here we go. So the boss, he gives everybody jobs. Okay, so the boss, he's a godfather. The boss receives a cut out of every operation. Operations are taken by every member of the family out of the region's occupying family. So depending on the family, the boss may be chosen by a vote from the camper regime of the family. The camper regimes is down here. The camper regimes is called a camper regime. Also, a captain or a skipper is in charge of a crew, a group of soldiers who report directly to him. So so they can be voted in um, by the camper regimes or of the family. In the event of a tie, the underboss must vote. So the underboss right here, usually appointed by a boss, is the second in command of the family. And that's what Ron Isley told R. Kelly, you're the second in command. Even if you research the down low video or the down low song, it's going to tell you that R. Kelly is the second in command, and that Mr. Biggs, which is the boss here, boss, which is when they talk about, is R. Kelly a kingpin? Is R. Kelly this and that? And then when you go into boss here, it shows you a crime boss, Don, gang lord, kingpin, godfather. It's all the same thing. Many different names is under there. So when you go under boss, now the underboss, what I want you guys to see here is it says an underboss is a position within the leadership structure of certain organized crime groups, particularly in the Sicilian, Greek, and Italian mafia crime families. The underboss is second in command to the boss. The underboss is sometimes a family member, such as a son, who would take over the family if the boss is sick, killed, or in prison. So as you guys see, the um the underboss actually is normally the family member or the son of the boss. And even it has shown, I showed you guys that R. Kelly calls Ron Isley daddy. He keeps saying he's the only father that he knows. That's what Ron Isley said. It's a more spiritual thing. But no, I really believe in my spirit. Now, I mean, I could be wrong. I don't know him. But it just seems like, based off of all of this stuff, that R. Kelly is the underboss, and his father, who was his real father, in my opinion or my thoughts, could possibly be Ron Isley, and he's the boss based off of what they told us. They told us this. So anyway, an underboss, also known as the capo bastone in some criminal organizations, this individual is second in command. He is responsible for ensuring that the profits of the criminal enterprise flow up to the boss and generally oversees the selection of capo regimes and soldiers to carry out murders. The underboss may take control of the crime family after the boss's death. He keeps this position until a new boss is chosen, which is in some cases which in some cases was the underboss. So it's like that's what they're saying. Like a lot of these things, it's like a family, like the Gambino family. The what's the other family that the rapper dude from? The light skinned dude that was with Ashanti and them. Because you know they got the Gambino crime family. They have the who was that?
What did they say?
That dude, that light skinned guy. But they got these Hey, Atmos, how's it going? Thank you so much
Murder
for tuning in. Murder Inc. What's the dude, Murder Inc.?
Got it.
Gotti. Those people is literally in the crime family. The Gottis, yeah, they're in the literal mafia mob. They some powerful people too. And then possibility, maybe R. Kelly and them, which I do know that they are, it's like they're already calling him a crime boss. They're not saying he's an underboss, but a crime boss, which could be the underboss or the boss. But so this is how he's getting doing like so when I saw that Greg Landfair died, and I know that the underboss can actually oversee selection of the capital regimes. The capital regimes right here, their job is to oversee the soldiers. And a capital regime is appointed by the family boss to run his own borgata or regime of soldado soldiers. Each capital regime reports directly to the underboss, who gives him the permission to perform criminal activity. If the family decides to murder someone, the underboss normally asks the capital regime to carry out the order. The capital regime runs day-to-day operation of his crew, and the capital regime soldiers give part of their earnings to him, and then he gives a share to the underboss. And the capital regime can recommend to the underboss or boss that a recruit be allowed to join his crew as a mob associate. So even somebody here who R. Kelly could be associated with, and it's right a couple now. Also, when you got the consigliere, I might be saying these words wrong, but this is an advisor, a right hand man. They said most of the time he was somebody in the mafia. He was like a boss, like the because he has like a lot of knowledge about like the criminal organizations and stuff like that. So he's the third in rank in the hierarchy, but he generally does not have any soldiers working directly for him like the boss. So he's what would be right up under. Then you got the capital regimes who run. The other person who is a consigliere, he's an advisor and a counselor to the boss of a crime family. The boss and the underboss and the consigliere constitute the whole administration. So I wonder who's the consigliere though, because I'm thinking that Ron Isley is the boss, R. Kelly's the underboss, and then I know Will Eady is in there where he's saying that he wants to get a hold of um, Dubowski because he's a blogger and he claims that he knows all of the gangs and what gang is he in because he said he connected and he gonna go to the head of it to get Dubowski put in check. So that sounds like, you know what I'm saying, the bosses and shit like that. So this is getting pretty crazy. Like I'm gonna keep you guys updated, but this mafia and this whole mob situation is definitely playing a big part in this. And so that's when I looked and I was like, oh my goodness, um, Landfair, Greg Landfair passed away, and then they all sad about it, like it was all of a sudden. And I was just hoping that he died of natural causes and it wasn't any foul play. So that's what I was just, because now, hey, Queen Keys, you said then again could be stress caused by the upcoming trial. Him feeling so much guilt for taking the money, not getting justice for his baby girl could have led to a heart attack. Girl, yes. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is a lot. This is a lot. And you are absolutely right. That's a strong possibility that it can definitely catch up with you. And it looked like, he was overweight. I don't know how unhealthy he was. And it could have definitely he could have had a heart attack. That is so true. Let's see what else people saying. Queen Keys, you said I don't want to be a conspiracy thinker, but someone could have point. Why was I thinking that? See, I'm so happy y'all saying this and not me. Because if I say it, it goes down like, oh, she was saying, and people might not like that. Not that I really care, but a little I do, because I don't want to seem like the troublemaker. And so you are literally on it. Like you said, they could have poisoned him because the Landfair family would be the biggest charge. And there's a lot of ways to take someone out. You are so right. You are so right. Yeah, this is deep. I mean, I thought that too. We were thinking poisoning. Did we say that? Yeah, poisoning. Yeah, or natural causes, or we just don't know. And just because somebody, yeah, like you said, even if somebody was poisoned, that could be a possibility. I mean, they don't have to come and shoot you or do none of that other stuff. It's a lot of things that could possibly take you out, maybe in the streets, or I don't know. But it was just crazy. Missy Okov, you say Missy Okov gangster. You say Greg Landfair death doesn't affect his sworn statement. It will be read in court. Okay, wonderful. Well, that's awesome then. And like, yeah, I'm in agreement with you. May he rest in peace. Definitely. I definitely, feel like that. He's in a purgatory right now, so it's better for you to cleanse yourself on earth than it is once you leave here. Because I heard the underworld is not. It's not. It could take people years of torment, of realization, of. It's just almost like a rewind and then a playback of your life and all these sort of things and lessons that wasn't learned and that should have been learned that you got to get through and the understanding. And yeah, I just hope that he dealt with all his demons while he was on earth. And so that way, I don't know what his afterlife would be like, but if he did anything like what people said he did, oh, he's going to be tortured. It's going to seem like torture over there. He would not be able to rest in peace right now, especially while all of this stuff is going on. And especially if it wasn't natural causes and if he did die of a broken heart from a heart attack from being stressed and hurt by things of the past. Because just because he did something 20 years ago don't mean that that's the same Greg Landfair today. I mean, I know it's a lot of sick people around R. Kelly, but I will hope that he wouldn't be giving his son, Greg Landfair Jr., his daughter, allegedly, all of this stuff. I will hope that he didn't do these things, that he gave his whole entire family over to R. Kelly, including himself. And that would be so sad if that happened. Hey, 100, how you doing? Oh, here's Karen. Hi, Karen J. How's it going? Okay, you said Yoronda. Hi, your Karma. You said Yoronda Pace is pregnant. Reshona Landfair had a little last year. Okay, so she had her baby. Thank you for that. And so Yoronda Pace, which I did see on her Instagram. You're right, she is pregnant, but I didn't think of her. So let's see. Who else said something? Oh wow, Granny is Okov. You said that Greg Landfair he cried at the first trial when he was watching that tape. Perhaps this time it was too much for him. I don't know. Hopefully it was his natural death. You are so right, Granny. I mean, that's what I would hope as well. I wouldn't want, you know, anyone to have to endure any type of extreme pain or suffocations or anything like that, gaspings or fear. I think that I hope his death was as natural process as possible. And then you said, yeah, you hope that Jeff was natural and you pray he made peace with his daughter and himself. That's what I was thinking as well. Um, Queen Keish, you said he forgave himself. Hopefully, his daughter had made peace with it. Yeah, I hope so. But yeah, once I see that this is a possibility, and that everyone is sitting up here saying that R. Kelly is a possible not. I mean, this is what even Vinny. I'm gonna play a couple of those. Let me see if I can get a couple of these played. Hang on, I'm gonna see if I can.
So we here at Court TV have been tracking the trials, plural, of R&B superstar R. Kelly, who's locked up right now, but has cases in New York, in Illinois, federal court, state court, several accusers, all women saying, hey, is that some
Hang
of
on
these
real quick. Let me get the part.
accusers
I'm gonna put
may
you guys on
be
mute a
being
second. Okay, so give me a second. Let me see if I can. Okay, hang on. I'll share this one. So this is just one example of Vinny talking about R. Kelly and being a crime boss. Or when you see crime boss and you look it up, it's gonna go right back to the boss, underboss, and to the mafia. So hang on. So it's like everybody knows. And I'm getting this video from Court TV here. As you see, you can subscribe to their channel. I'm just using it for just educational purposes only.
again, these people the government is saying, all tied to R. Kelly, who they've really been painting a picture of as being some sort of a crime boss. And I've been sort of skeptical about that. I'm a little less skeptical tonight. So let's bring in R. Kelly's attorney joining us from Chicago tonight, Steve Greenberg. Steve, you know, one of the issues we've been talking about is the government saying they want anonymous jurors, and I was very skeptical about it. But if the government has evidence that associates of your client are intimidating and threatening and attempting to pay off,
am I your associate? Vinny, am I your associate? Would you describe me as your associate?
You're my guest.
Okay.
You're my guest.
But what does that mean in a
So that was one time that he did it. Now hang on. That's one time that he's spoken about it. So hang on, let me get to the other. Okay, here's another reference.
Oh, okay. Steve has not been honest with me about this whole kingpin stuff. Because if
See, he called him a
you've got
kingpin
people
again.
who are doing work for you on the outside and are squeezing accusers, that sounds a lot more like a trial that may need anonymous jurors. But
See, so that's the second time. So he said, yeah, kingpin, crime boss. Okay, give me a second here so I can show you guys this other one as well. So everybody knows, and he's saying kingpin, crime boss. I just showed y'all what the mafia and whoever attached to that whole organization system and what they call them, the chains of command, how things work. So even Vinny on here, he understands that this is just deeper than just R. Kelly. So hang on one second. Let me find this other one that he said. Okay, hang on.
that? What I can tell you is that I've never seen a RICO indictment. Fireworks in federal court, they don't just
members of this enterprise, right?
he needs to get out.
All right, let's talk about some of the charges here because they're alleging that your client is part of a criminal enterprise, right? And when I think of criminal enterprise, nah.
Okay, so here's the next one as well. This is another one of the court TV videos where Vinny is still talking about the whole mafia situation. And he'll bring it up again. Let's listen here. Let me make sure you guys can see.
All right, let's talk about some of the charges here because they're alleging that your client is part of a criminal enterprise, right? And when I think of criminal enterprise, I think of the mob and those types of cases. Other members of the alleged enterprise testify against the person they're going after. Now they're saying R. Kelly's the leader of this criminal enterprise. Are any members of his entourage supposed to be testifying against your client?
Well, I'm sure they'll find people to testify against him who worked for him over the years. We don't have, the way it works in federal court, they don't just dump on you at the beginning all of the investigative reports. They actually don't give them to you until you're much closer to trial. So we don't have interview reports with witnesses for virtually anyone they're going to call as a witness. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that I've never seen a RICO indictment where just a single person is indicted and they say this is an enterprise. They're essentially saying that his music career was a criminal enterprise, which to us is preposterous.
Well, let me walk through because I've got the indictment in front of me, and they allege certain factual scenarios here describing what the enterprise is doing.
Yeah. So anyhow, as you guys see, everyone knows that. And then his brother who was Kerry Kelly, he already confirmed. But when I think of gang, I just think of gangs like I didn't really connect it to like the big time mafias and the mob and stuff like that. And I really didn't know that a lot of these street gangs that's out here now all stem from the mafia and the mob, and it's just an extension of them. And so when I did even more research than what I can be able to show on here today. Hi, Granny. Granny is Ocon forever. You said, remember Larry's about to have some big guys on his show, but it never happened. It was when he was in contact with, okay, SW and Kelly's camp regarding Don Russell. Yeah, that's crazy. Do you think that he was gonna maybe I don't know, maybe he was gonna bring some big people on to talk, but this is crazy. Yeah, so this is whole like when you look at this situation, it's even bigger than just really what it is, and that's why R. Kelly was crying because he really can't like he involved in a mafia type of deal, and he's like the leader of this thing, or he's one of the leaders or one of the underbosses. And so, like the guy Vinny said, normally in a mafia type situation, you don't have to look at R. Kelly's situation in general. This is what before it even played out. He said, in this type of situation, if you have a boss, then you're going to have people within the entourage and within that enterprise family that's going to turn on the underboss. That's how it happens. That's how it happens where they be talking about people snitches, even in the mafia, where you got a lot of those Italians that, come out and talk about people with snitching or this and that. So it wouldn't be unheard of for the little people to tell what they know about the bigger person. But then it's like R. Kelly, if he is the underboss, then he will have to tell on the boss, or he will have to tell on, and like he said, he'll die. Like they'll try to kill him before they let him tell. And that's why I think that when he was in prison, I don't think that it was the people that was protesting that was getting him beat up. I think that he was in there talking a little bit too much within the prison about whatever reality is, maybe telling on some people. And so and then there's some underhanded people. I heard it everywhere. You got underhanded people. So it could be underhanded people in the prison, underhanded people in the court system, underhanded people on the streets. You got a lot of underhanded people everywhere. And they allowed him to get beat up, basically to tell him to shut up. So they had somebody in prison come and beat him up. So, Reshona Landfair is supposed to be cooperating. The next thing you know, her dad died, and it could have been a natural causes, or he could have had a heart attack, but I don't know. Let me see what y'all saying. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, this is like crazy. I couldn't believe it. I was like, what in the world is going on? And Missy, you said respectfully saying this man's husband, father, brother, son, uncle, friend, grandfather hasn't been deceased 24 hours, and the conspiracy theories thrown out into the universe. Well, that's what happens when you're dealing with things like this. Like I said, he could rest in peace, but at the end of the day, what he's done on earth is not just going to disappear because he's passed away. So I'm definitely interested. I mean, I don't have a dog in the fight, but again, I'm going to be out here with this theory because it needs to be out here. I hope he died of natural causes, but the way that this person has wrote this post, it doesn't look like he was supposed to be due to die no time soon. That's all. So yeah, so that was about it. I just wanted to go ahead and get that on record that Reshona Landfair's father, the girl who was abused by R. Kelly allegedly in the video back in the 90s, and he went to trial. I think in 2008 he was found not guilty. Her father passed away. Supposedly the same girl is supposed to be testifying or something at his trial, and so I don't know. It just seemed type of weird, some type of weird, and knowing that he's a part of a crime family. R. Kelly is like the head of a crime family. He's either the boss or the underboss. It is a possibility. Not saying he did, but it is a possibility that he can make things happen. Yeah, because it says that the underboss, he is responsible for ensuring that profits of the criminal enterprise flow up to the boss and oversees the selection of camper regime and soldiers to carry out murders. And so the person with the consigliere, they said that they can, no, not the consigliere, but the capo regime, who is like the crew. He's like the chief of like soldiers out there. So you could be like the boss of the night, not the boss, but like the captain of it. But he's just the captain. But anyways, the capo regime um, reports directly to the underboss, and the underboss will have to give him permission to perform criminal activity. And if the family do decide to murder someone within your organization, the underboss normally asks the campo regime to carry out the order. The capo regime runs the day-to-day operations of his crew. And then you got the soldado, also known as the scarista soldier, the button man or made man, wise guy or good fella. But he's on the lower level of the mobster or the gangsters. A soldier must have taken the amaretta. In some organizations, he must have been killed. He must have killed a person to be considered a maid. Then you got the associate, also known as Giovanni Denore. Associate is a person who is not a soldier in a crime family, but works for them and shares in the execution of profits from the criminal enterprises. So Italian criminal organizations, associates are usually members of the criminal organization who are not of Italian descent. So the reason why it's so hard to catch these mafia people is because they said that a boss will put up layers of insulation between himself and his men so as to hinder police efforts to connect his orders to him. So just like when R. Kelly gives out orders, and then you got Greenberg saying, R. Kelly, you don't have R. Kelly's voice on there telling him to go burn up that car. Or R. Kelly didn't tell him to go and say that they were going to bomb there. You don't have anything pointing back to R. Kelly. These people did this by their own free will. Well, that's mafia style shit. He's saying a boss will typically put up layers of insulation. So R. Kelly is a boss, so he can put up layers of insulation. So police efforts to connect him to certain orders, to hinder the efforts of police to connect him to certain orders that he's made out. Whenever he issues orders, he does so either to his underboss, the boss, yeah. He'll tell the underboss. That's probably how Ron Isley ain't even get caught all the way either, because he'll tell the underboss, the consigliere, or capos. The orders are then passed down. So he passed it to R. Kelly if he the underboss, and R. Kelly go tell somebody else like Will Eady or Don Russell or Sean Russell or whatever. Even Sean Russell said, Don Russell's sister, that she was thrown into the Nine Kings or thrown into some sort of gang activity. And in this gang, they were brutal and they was gang raping and hurting her as a kid. So this makes it difficult. This makes it difficult under most circumstances for the police to directly implicate a boss in a crime, since he almost never directly gives orders to soldiers. And then the term Mr. Big is used within the underworld to refer to a leader of a body of persons. So when he came out with Mr. Biggs, because Mr. Biggs was the head honcho or the pimp, so to say, whatever they call him, in my opinion. Oh, hey, Casey. Casey, you said R. Kelly has nothing to do with deprived minds. Well, that's what his attorney Greenberg said. But according to this, to the crime family, um, the chart here, R. Kelly could very well be in a position that he can order crimes to have taken place. And the reason why normally the underboss is going to get in trouble before the boss, like they said, because the boss is way above everything. And so the only way that the boss could be, in my opinion, told taken is either if they busted the boss doing something, which most of the time they can't, or if somebody tell on the boss. So if R. Kelly's the underboss, he will have to tell on whoever the boss is, whether it's somebody at Jive Records or Sony, or whether it's Ron Isley, or whoever this whole um, leader of the situation is. So pretty much, guys, so that's what I want to talk about. I'm going to keep you guys updated on this Reshona Landfair with this story, and as it unfolds, I may even be back today. But yeah, definitely something is going on. All you guys have to do is look up this mafia stuff. You will understand everything. Now nothing is more so. I can understand now why R. Kelly do the stuff he do, how he does certain things. I can understand why Greenberg and his attorneys talk the way that they talk, or defend the way that they defend, because this is mafia and mob, just like in the Bill Cosby situation. Even I seen something with Kanye West. I don't know who that was, but they had posted. I can't think of the record label or something, but they posted um, "What's a Mob to a King," which was Kanye West. I don't know if that's one of Kanye West songs or this or that, but everybody is throwing out this whole mafia situation because the mafia pretty much got their hand in everywhere, in everything, politics, business, like they said, legal as well as illegal activity, and that's why they could be equally dangerous. But at the end of the day, they're not also powerful that they can't be infiltrated or broken down or destroyed. And so even some of the bigger Italian mafia people have gone down, had to take their bid, and doing different things that they've done. And so just now R. Kelly, he's going to have to go probably, because he is connected, and his associates and the people in his enterprises telling on him. And Vinny already said that was going to happen. What was this, last year, 2020? Yeah, about a year and a half ago, 2 years. So this was expected to happen, especially if this is a mafia. They said this is what's going to happen. This is what happened in the mafia. You saying that R. Kelly's not associated with the kingpins of the mafia, but I say he is. And it says he was talking about kingpins, if you guys remember. And what's a kingpin? Let me go show you whose name right there comes up. A crime boss, Don, gang lord, kingpin. And they keep saying that R. Kelly is a freaking kingpin. So if he's a kingpin, then it looks like he might have worked himself up to his own organization. Maybe he broke off from Ron Isley's organization and he started his own structure of the mafia crime family. Maybe he's not up under Isley, but then I do know Isley was sick, and it says that the underboss can come in if the boss gets sick, or if he go to prison, which he did go to prison before. Then he was sick before, and at those times, the actual underboss can take over. So I don't know how he became, if he is a kingpin or he is like the crime boss. Then you will see it here. Here's the whole structure of the crime family here, and he definitely, if he's the crime boss, then um, most powerful of the boss. So highest level in the crime family, if that's what he represent. And so that's why I was saying, when Will Eady was coming out, I could tell there's something like Will Eady. Oh, no problem. Thank you so much for coming in as well, tuning in. Um, Yeah, it explains the RICO racketeering charge because all of the people that's associated with the crime family, they also always get RICO. Like, hang on, if I just click on Al Capone, he was like one of the main creators of that whole South Side gangs, and they had already set that up before the black population moved in through there. But let me see. Hold on, let me get down. And then everything that they be getting in trouble for, it be all a part of the organized crime ring. Hang on. Yeah, hang on. Yeah, like all of those racketeering, RICO. It's so many of these gang members that's associated with this specific gang. See, here it is right here. Let me make sure you guys can see it. So right here, this is this is called talking about what the American Mafia, yeah. And then it'll automatically go to RICO, racketeering. See the RICO Act. This person here, Sammy Gravano, he is an American gangster who became an underboss, and now R. Kelly Gravano played a major role in helping the prosecution of sentencing John Gotti, the crime family boss, by agreeing to testify as a government witness against him. So as you see, he goes down violation of the act, punishable up to 20 years in prison. Um, they said it became a highly effective tool in prosecuting mobsters. And that's what R. Kelly got RICO. But they talking about enterprise. No, enterprise is just a pretty word for mafia and mob. So that's what that is. But it's the same thing. So you can even see under American Mafia, this is the type of stuff they do. Then they start talking about between 1981 and 92, 23 bosses from around the country were convicted under the law, while in 1988, 13 underbosses, 43 captains were convicted. Over 1,000 crime families figures were convicted by 1990. So that's RICO. And then what is that? Racketeering. Here we go, right here. Joseph Messina was arrested, indicted along Salvatore Vital and Frank Lino and Capo Daniel Mangali in a comprehensive racketeering indictment. So R. Kelly got racketeering, and he also has RICO racketeering. Well, it's under the RICO Act. And then what else? Also, he had that prostitution. Let me see. I think prostitution goes very heavily. See, even under the criminal activities here in blue, and you see all of that, and then right here you'll see at the bottom prostitution. That's one of the main things that they get in trouble for as well. Like they say, the mafia took advantage of prohibition, and they started selling illegal alcohol. Then the profits from bootlegging far exceeded the traditional crime protection, extortion, gambling, and prostitution. This they are well known for prostitution. So he get it for RICO, racketeering, and prostitution. That's why the guy Vinny, like this dude is in a gang. Like I said, he's a kingpin. But if you see Greenberg never denies that he's in a gang, he just talk around it. Indigo, hey, how's it going? She said that's how the feds get the boss underlings. Yeah, underlings to turn and testify, right? And it already happened when you look at the other major mafia families and stuff. And Gotti, you see, they took down Gotti, they took down Al Capone. Like a lot of people will do their bids, and then somebody, I think, who was that sat down? I think he sat down. Let me see, who was that? Was that John Torrio? But somebody they got shot. Um, yeah, but they then you see like they got the Jewish Eastmans, like I told y'all, the Jews connected to it. The Sicilian Southern Italians is. You got the African American. I mean, they got it sold up. Trust me, this is pretty interesting. Um, so like they said, the mafia family in Harlem, in Brooklyn, um, Chicago, in the what it says in the oh, excuse me, in the 1800s, the Italian neighborhood became known as the Bloody 19th because of all this violence. And then even up in the with O'Bannon, there's another guy. He's O'Bannon. He was running one of either the west or the north side of Chicago, and he was of Irish descent. And they called that place down there. They said it was so much crime and thugs and stuff. Just before the black people, we was doing that. So now they not doing it no more, I guess, because they made money and they doing it, but they got their hands in legal and illegal, and they more organized. But this is where the gangs came from when I was trying to tell people. So yeah, this is just what they do. And then it says New Orleans was also the site of the first possible mafia incident. 1890, New Orleans police superintendent was murdered and executed, execution style. It's still unclear whether mafia immigrants actually killed him or whether it was a frame by a nativist against the rival underclass immigrants. Hundreds of Sicilians were arrested on mostly baseless charges, and 19 were eventually indicted for murder. On March 14th, 1891, the outraged citizens of New Orleans organized a lynch mob after the acquittal and proceeded to kill 11 of the 19 defendants, and 2 were hanged and 9 were shot. All this mafia style treatment. Oh, you said also porn and distribution. Oh yeah, let me see. Yeah, you're right on that too. Let me see if they got. I know I've seen some with pornography as well. So the other guy, the guy who actually got Al Capone started, Big Jim, the one who I was telling you guys that Lisa Ray wear the white like him. So hold on. Let me see if I can find. Give me a second. Okay, Al Capone. Yeah, because they all into prostitution and all kinds of stuff. So hang on. He was with the gang, the Outfitters, Chicago Outfit, which is the Southside Gangs, and then Big Jim Colosimo. Yeah, him and his wife was all up in the prostitution. But I'm trying to see about is anything under pornography. Maybe they're not using those terms. Yeah, maybe not. But I know some of them was into, like you said, porn, prostitution. Distribution definitely is on here. That's always on here as well. So it's just like everything R. Kelly is being charged for. It makes sense now if he's a part of this whole organized crime family and he actually has a crime family of his own. Then everything will start to make sense. You know? So that's how that go. So I was like, wow, this is some actually good information. Hold on, Mom. Yeah. And they says they said that there's a secret battle with the mafia over pornography. So that's something that they do as well. Because even if you look at mafia and porn, it's a lot of articles that just come up talking about pornography and the mafia and it being a problem. Let me just show you guys because I'm not going to actually go to it, but I just Googled it. I'm not going to go to an actual article, but I just put mafia and porn to see what come up. And as you see, there's lots of things. FBI secret battle with the mafia over porn. Here's another one. Mafia informant testifying pornography hearing. 1986, mafia bosses from New York to set up another porn shop. Yeah, so it is, you're right. It's definitely heavily pornography. And then, like you were talking about, you also was talking about distribution. I want to go touch base on that. So almost every charge that R. Kelly is being faced with, it's all due to the fact of his connections and being a boss in the, in the underground, in the underworld, basically. So nobody's like blaming or pinning anything on him. I think that's why he was crying because he knows many other people has gone down for this very same thing. And let me see about distribution. Yeah, distribution. Yeah, this is what it was all about. Distribution of illegal alcohol. Okay. And then let's go back. The profits that could be made from the selling and distributing of alcohol. So let's go to distribution. Yeah, so the distribution of illegal drugs and narcotics and things like that. Um, and then one other thing that was super interesting about Chicago. Is even showing that the mafia was even working for the Chicago Tribune, doing work for them when this was going on, as well as it was another paper that they was heavily working with as well. So hang on, let me just go. So yeah, when you understand the mafia and the order and the chain of command, then you'll understand everything that's happening to R. Kelly. Um, and then you'll understand why the people in his camp is turning on him, because this is the type of stuff that happen in these types of cases. Um, yeah, I couldn't believe it when I was reading this. I was like, wow, this is the same stuff that yeah. And then one of the reasons it says a high profile RICO case sentenced John Gotti and this other guy to life in prison in 1992. And it says, aside from avoiding long-term prison stretches, the FBI could put mobsters in the United States Federal Witness Protection Program and changing their identities and supporting them financially for life. So they can get a new name, and they would basically pay them stipends if they turn on the people. Then they can get a different name. So they can go up under a whole new identity, move out of the state, and just live a new life. And they get paid. They don't even got to worry about even coming up from under the radar. They actually get financially taken care of for life. And this led to dozens of mobsters testifying and providing information during the 90s, which led to the imprisonment of hundreds of mobsters. As a result, the mafia has seen a major decline in its power and influence organized crime since the 90s. So they have seen a deduction in crime, but at the same time, when you look at the gang that Al Capone is all in charge of, which is the South Side Mob and the South Side Gang on the South Side of Chicago, you will still see the years active right here, and it shows that it's still present. So they still have control of the territory. So even if you see Nine Kings or whatever these vice lords and all these other people headed around the South Side, those people ain't running nothing. The mafia run these people. That's why Will Eady said when he asked Debowski, you said you in the gang, right? So who your people? Who yo this? Who yo that? And he started saying all these strange words and stuff. But that's before I found out about and did like this major research on the mafia. So once I heard him, I went back and listened. And I started looking. I said, "Oh shit! I knew that he was something. I know he could be a consigliere. He could be an underboss. He could be. He's somebody. He's somebody. I'll go to your leader." And so when you're saying stuff like that, you're talking about this whole crime family. You watching Donald, ain't you? Yeah. Uh, so that's where it's like it's crazy. Um, like you seen that the Italians, they was calling that Murder City or somewhere. Now here's this guy, he's Irish right here, and he led the North Side gang. So then he had to fight with this is on Chicago as well. So he ended up getting killed, I believe. Oops, hang on one second. And then Johnny Torrio right here calling Papa. Uh, uh, he's the one that supposedly invited Al Capone. He had took over one side of town, and then he wanted Al Capone to come and do the south side. So they was basically taken over, but I'm trying to see what territory. Oh no, I can just go back to Al Capone right quick. Hang on, because it's going to show where Torrio invited him. Head of a criminally syndicate that legally supply alcohol. Okay, hang on. Yeah, he was all up in the brothels. He became a bodyguard and trusted factotum for Johnny Torrio, head of a criminal syndicate. So let me see. It says was politically protected through the Union of Siciliana, a conflict with the North Side gang. Let me see if he had West Side. Uh, and I'll be seeing people named Frank Nitty. They be using that name like on Facebook and stuff. And now I finally see he's a gangster in Chicago. And I actually seen a black guy that go by that name. And then I seen two black people actually. One of them, his real name is Frank, but I don't know about why he put Nitty. But yeah, y'all, this is something, ain't it? So, but they already had everything sold up. So if you see any gangs or anything going on in Chicago, um, this is all an extension. And then when you see, actually, I think that they said the gangs got Chicago, the mafia, Chicago, Indiana, and Milwaukee as well, in certain territories that they literally got a stronghold, whether it's legal slash legal, illegal activity. And so this is why it's like it's very difficult that they got oh yeah. In 1920, Papa Johnny Torrio, the head of predominantly Italian Southside mob, and his lieutenant Al Capone met with Chicago bootleggers to work out a system. Yeah, so and then it says he had the North Siders now became part of the huge Chicago area bootlegging combined. So yeah, so I know that they had the North Side. I think they had the West Side too, but I'm not for sure. If I'm not, I think they got all of these sides in Chicago has been run by the mafia. And it even showed that Al Capone was recruiting black people too, even famous black people. So yeah, so that's about it. So every single thing that R. Kelly's getting charged for is basically all a part of this whole mafia stuff. So now it seems to be true. Oh, thank you so much. 100 devices. You guys, if you want to donate to my channel, please you can hit the Cash App, $ Team Libra 22, and that's the Cash App information. I appreciate all donations if you guys would like to do that. And again, hit the like, share, subscribe button if you're coming in. If you're new to the channel, make sure to hit the subscribe. Make sure you guys share this video to get out this information. I don't really see people coming from this angle when talking about R. Kelly, or because I don't really think a lot of people understand, because they keep using this word enterprise, and then they're explaining it different instead of saying the mafia, kingpin, and saying all these things. And then maybe people can actually research it and see what's really going on. So now that we have this information, we know a lot of stuff. Oh, thank you, 100 devices. She said, Libra, you're too deep for YouTube. Thank you so much. I try to, really get it in and come from a perspective and from my point of view, bring that creativity. And that's how I'm able to really like grow my channel and really like be a respected blogger out here, because I literally do the research and I really try to figure out what's going on. I mean, I see a lot of people already breaking down like the R. Kelly indictments, and I've learned a lot from that. So that's great. And I continue to support all those channels as well, and will continue to support the channels. But it's a lot of people that's doing that. And so I always wanted to know what made R. Kelly R. Kelly. Like, I understand that this is the ricochet effect of the R. Kelly effect, but prior to that, like, what made this who is R. Kelly in a nutshell? And that's what made me like kind of dig a little deeper, and I really fumble upon a lot of stuff. This great information. Hello, rocking with the truth. How's it going? You said, "Hey, Team Limber in chat." You was listening in from the from the bushes. The plantation calls and I need lights. You are funny. What else? So yeah, this is really interesting. It's really great. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off. Again, guys, thank you so much. But hey, listen, if you definitely want to support the channel or you want to support Team Libra, then definitely you can send a cash app to $Team Libra 22, what you see on the screen, and I will get those donations immediately. So thank y'all so much. It's been so real. I'll be back maybe later. I got a couple of other things to discuss, but I definitely wanted to get it in on this. So thank you guys, and peace, sending you much love and light. Also, guys, just stay tuned in because I don't know if you guys know, but I am a Reiki master, Reiki master, and I do specialize in like a lot of spiritual, emotional, mental detox. I do specialize in basically um, internal balance and ridding yourself of like past baggage or hurt or pains, addictions, abuses. I'm also a spiritual psychic reader, so I do offer psychic readings. I do samples, what I call samples, when I come on to different uh, platforms that I built. I have platforms on YouTube, Facebook, and a couple other platforms out here, professional platforms for my Reiki as well as my psychic business. So I'm going to be coming in probably here soon. I normally do them in the mornings, but I'm going to be coming in giving you guys a lot of sample readings and things like that, just to be able to help you guys like through the day. You never know, like that this word can actually be like, oh shit, this was really going on, and this really helped me get out of that, or this really helped me see through this. And so I just want to actually show you guys the other aspect of myself. I do love celebrity gossip and doing these things, but then there's also another even wonderful, more brighter side to myself that I'm going to be displaying. So, guys, stay tuned. I'll probably be doing that either maybe even later today or tomorrow, but put on your notifications. And I'll also try to let you guys know in advance. But thank you guys, everyone that came out, everybody that actually commented on my channel and participated. I appreciate all of you guys. Thank you so much for making, my channel just really stand out and be what it is today. Okay, I'm out, guys. Peace. Make sure to hit the subscribe and share.